Hey guys, Aaron here. Today I'm going to be making a video showing you guys how to swap your valve springs on your Gen 5 GM LT engine. Now the particular engine we are working on today is a 6.6 liter L8T from GM Performance. It is a crate engine and we did swap over a really large camshaft from Brian Tooley Racing. This camshaft has a lot more lift, a lot more duration, and the engine is going to be seeing a lot higher RPMs than these valve springs can handle. Now we're going to be doing this swap with the cylinder heads installed on the block. However, you can do it with the cylinder heads on a bench just as well, or with the engine still in the vehicle. So with all that said, let's go ahead and go over the parts and tools we need to get the job done. Now, as far as tools go, we'll need a 3/8 ratchet, a 13mm socket, a magnetic pickup tool, and a valve spring compressor. I like this valve spring compressor by Bluegrass Performance. It does both the intake and exhaust valves at the same time, which makes the job a lot quicker. You can use these generic style ones here. They work okay, but you do have to compress the spring while messing with the locks and retainers at the same time. It's kind of a pain. We'll need a little bit of engine assembly lube for the new valve seals. Since we're doing this job with the cylinder heads installed, we'll need a compression hose that we'll put into the spark plug tube. You remove the valve stem and put shop air into it, and it keeps your valves closed while you're taking apart the springs. We'll also need a flat blade screwdriver just to manipulate the springs into place. As far as our valve springs go, I'm going to be using this kit by Brian Tooley Racing. This is their dual lift platinum spring kit. Comes with everything that you need, which is nice. Comes with your retainers, comes with your locks, comes with your valve locators, and it comes with shims, which we'll go over in a little bit. You may or may not need these. And then, of course, all 16 brand new valve springs, your dual valve springs. Those are really nice. And then brand new LS style valve stem seals. These are going to look different than the stock ones. The stock ones are too large in order for the inner spring to go over. So don't be alarmed if these ones look different than your OE valve stem seals. I'm going to go ahead and post a link in the description for both the tools and parts I use so you can purchase the parts yourself online. Now, one thing we need to go over before we begin is our spring installed height. It's important to know that because BTR includes these shims and you may not need them. And we do that with a little measuring tool, a micrometer from BTR that is specific for these LT heads. This is a really nice tool that we're going to be using. What we're going to do is we're going to take our valve locator, put it down, and then we take our keeper and locks, put our tool on. We simply spin this to where we could put our locks in. Now we wind this upwards. And as you can see with the number on the tool, we are about 1.8 inches, which is within spec. You give or take 5 thousandths. The measurement that we're looking for to be exact is 1.780, which we are really close to. So we will not be using the shims that BTR provides. If you are about 1.9 and above, you will be needing those shims to get the correct installed height for your valve springs. Now the first thing that we need to do is just block off and put some tape over these intake runners. We don't want to drop any keepers or any parts into our intake. So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and replace the valve springs on cylinder number 3. I'm going to be using my little compression tester adapter, put it into the spark plug hole and adding shop air. That's going to keep the valves closed while we have the springs removed so they don't drop into the cylinder. And once that's done, we can go ahead and take our valve spring compressor tool and put them on the cylinder head using these 2 bolts. These 2 bolts don't need to be real tight, just hand tight. Don't use any power tools tightening them because you do not want to damage the head in any way. Now we can go ahead and take this nut and torque it down until the valves are compressed. You don't need to go too far, just enough to get the locks out. Now we can go ahead and loosen up the nut on the valve spring compressor, and that'll allow us to take our valve springs off. Next, we're going to take some pliers and just take the valve seal and lift up on it. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this kit does come with shims. If you are going to be using these shims, as we went over, now's the time you install it, but I won't be needing these, so we're just going to go ahead and put our spring locator on. After that's complete, we're going to take a little bit of assembly lube, and we're going to put some lube inside of the valve stem seal, and we're going to press those on. I find that a 3/8 deep well 10mm socket works really well. You can just press them on with your hand, and you'll feel when they bottom out against the cylinder head. Now that our seals are installed, we can go ahead and take our new valve springs and our keepers and install them. And we're going to compress them. I find if you center the spring on the tool, it makes putting the locks in a lot easier before you compress it. Sometimes having a flat blade screwdriver helps. You can manipulate the spring and kind of move it up or down on the tool, and that will make putting the locks on a lot easier. Now it's time to put our locks on. We use a little bit of grease on the valve stem seal, and that actually got on the tip of the valve. That's actually going to help our lock stay in place while we undo our spring, which is pretty handy. Kind of helps them stick to the valve a little bit. Now we can go ahead and back out our nut on our compressor. We're not going to be using the power mode on this. We're just going to be doing it by hand, and that'll allow the springs to come up a little bit. All right, now that that's done, we can remove our valve spring tool. So with that complete, that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope this video has helped you out. If it has, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave something in the comment section. Thanks again as always, guys. See you next time.